Okay. Welcome back to Super Sentai Review, episode 243. We're here reviewing episodes 27 to 31 of Dekaranger. Yep. Now, those of you curious, what happened to my comic corner from last night that I was going to do? Well, I had a phone call that basically had to stretch out for 2 hours, and that's the reason why it didn't happen. I was actually recording, I had to stop recording, so it's going to happen next right this video, don't worry about that. So, in the case of these 5 episodes, yes. The first 3 episodes involving prisoners from prisons. So, we have it where this thief, who's also blowing stuff up, is exploding stuff too, and, well, he has a connection to a prisoner who was in prison there basically because he did steal stuff, but he got a lighter sentence. But the guy is we call his brother, and committed more serious crimes, so he was sentenced 300 years in prison. So he was this particular prisoner who likes Umiko arranges for him to be released. Well, temporarily, of course, like 24-hour pass, and has to be Umiko at all times. And like if he gets more than 50 feet, like they even show off in the episode that if she gets more than 50 feet, like she just because he acts like an idiot, so she stops the car, walks 50 feet away from the car, and his collar is a shock. Yeah, he wears a collar. So all they will stop him. He even like first he puts on an act where he acts like a very childish person, calling her Umiko-chan, like. It's kind of like the whole episode. And then, of course, he drops the act and tries to convince him to go back to prison. He's like, nah. And apparently he attacks him. And, of course, Dekarangers kill him. But he's not mad at Dekarangers for it. He probably felt as though that he probably, he got the sentence he probably needed. He got what he wanted. He wanted to be dangerous, so. And the fact also the guy was, well, sent back to prison anyways. Next two is a two-parter which this needed to make a change for in the Power Rangers equivalent. Because where we have apparently like several revived alien lasers. Like, wait, were people resurrected? No, it's a copycat. Yep, we deal with copycat. We found in the episode that it's a copycat. But Tatsuro has to go see a prisoner he actually put in prison. And this guy murdered his parents. They do mention early on that his parents were killed by a rampaging alienizer, and turns out with this guy. Why? Don't honestly know why. And the episode is very similar to the Power Rangers one. Oh, by the way, they do cover up everything, like his badge, like there's 2 badges, the patch, the zipper, and they put. I should point out that when they adapted Power Rangers, they gave the person who replaced them different sunglasses, which smart of them for doing that. And I do gotta praise. I remember Linkara when he basically reviewed the episode, the equivalent of his reflections. That was the episode adaptation of this episode, the following one, where he mentioned the producers had the foresight to cover his eyes. Which, yeah, that's definitely a very good foresight. I agree with that. Basically, opinion that they should cover his eyes. Eyes are reflective. So yeah, they take away his morpher, they cover up his zipper on his sleeves. Put a piece of tape over the SPD badge, the other badge, and the sunglasses on, walks in. And then the episode ends very similar to what happened in SPD, where he sheds tear, and that's the guy escapes. Now, I should point out that in SPD, they replaced him with Sky, the SPD Blue Ranger. Sam, who was Tatsu's counterpart, never met the guy before. So he has no history with him at all. And plus, they had it where Tatsu's counterpart in Power Rangers was a time traveler from 15 years in the future, from the year of 2040. No idea why they did that for, and also that I agree with the opinion on that. Keeping him morphed the whole time was stupid. And also, those of you curious, before Blast Action, I did read that the producers did receive the material, the footage to possibly be adapted, but it was a bit too late. And one of the producers he actually says he regrets not using the footage. And also not using Deca Gold. So he has apologized for it, which Gotta praise him for the fact that he didn't use particular footage. Yeah, that's not all the time whenever Sentai movies adapted for episodes. Initially, they don't adapt all of them per se. They have some, but not all of them. But at least they gotta praise the fact it probably was planned, but he regretted not using it. Which, good on him for doing that. So, they did eliminate the copycat pretty easily. And then, of course, the next episode is like, they have hunt for him, and of course he can be deleted because of reflective surface. And the fact is, a lot of people are trapped in mirrors. Like, over 10,000 people are trapped in mirrors, including the SPD Rangers. So, he eventually finds weakness. Mirrors in his chest. Just pulls them up like, here they are, like he's a peeper. And even puts in like the Deca bike robo in there too. So he ends up basically smashing them. Eventually he is, well, you can't delete him. Of course, he ends up also kind of cheating here with revving up the power. So he can get that deletion so he can delete him instantly. So he gets deleted, and that's two-parter for you. Excuse me. The next two episodes are kind of weird. Episode 30 is noteworthy for something really big happening here. So, we have where two monstrous mech are fighting each other. You're thinking, what the heck is going on here? So basically, they capture the other one. They fight one of them. And they go inside and they find a gal. Yes, an alien gal. Which now I have never seen, this is the first time I've ever seen a live action version of a gal. Because the only thing I've seen a gal in was actually My First Girlfriend's a Gal. Well, the character's voiced by Jennifer Marconi. If I heard the whole gal thing, it's actually a culture thing in Japan. And these women basically like, well, best to describe her accent in this episode, it seems like a Japanese version of Italian accent. Where it's like over the top, and she's very close to Banti, like arm wrestling him, like, and she's hired by Mysterious Barista, which turns out to be Agent Abra, which the Dekarangers actually meet him for the first time of this episode. Yes, a character first showed up in episode 2. Dekarangers do not know about him in episode 30. Broodwing, they found out in episode 6. Maybe because they realized, though, yeah, waiting 30 episodes to meet one of your main villains basically I don't know basically the reason why they made that change for. Like, if I continue to meet anybody working SPD, maybe they might have a reason for it. By the way, Broodwing was not the main villain of SPD. It was Emperor Grum. Yes, he was just like somewhat of a lackey, but a rival to Grum, where you kept competing with him. Yeah, so... And the whole thing is about getting this supposed gem back from this gal. By the way, the girl's named Flora. Meets her friend who wears like a partial skirt. It's a guy. Yeah, apparently he's embraced the gal culture. He's like, I'm going to protect you. And then he gets shot at and he runs away, never seeing the rest of the episode. And also by the end of the episode, at one point she swallows a gem and turns out to be a tracking device for a missile. Yes, a freaking missile gets fired at the freaking planet. And then after Bond vows to protect her, she's like, yeah, like after this about a good time in prison, I'm gonna marry Bond. I'm gonna be Bond's wife. Everyone's like, congrats, like, what? Bond can't stand this woman at all. And she thinks she's gonna be his wife. Despite the fact that she's never seen again after this. This is her sole appearance. The character's kind of fun, but a bit annoying. But in the case episode number 31. This one is kind of a strange one. So we see a woman chased by a guy in uniform. She falls off, and she's caught by Bond. You're thinking, wait, she got fall off Bond? No, because when you see her face, like, Emiko, why are you dressed as a princess? And then the other Emiko shows up like, wait, what's going on? Why does she look like me? Yeah, she's basically her double. I'm like, wow. SPD basically Dekaranger exploring the double aspect. That's interesting. And by the way, same actress. And whenever these two look like they're sharing screen time together, the special effect for the background looks horrible. Like, it looks pretty bad. it's like basically, yes, the actors play both characters, and it seems like basically that the editing for this was weird, but you only see them both on the screen together like twice the whole episode. And the reason why she ran away, well, she actually ran away because she thinks, ooh, maybe assassins after her. Not really. She wants to avoid basically these rituals. And Emiko disguised herself as a princess, so what are the rituals? First one. Being tied up, sitting down on your knees, and having a vise on your head and sit there for 4 freaking hours. Yeah, my feet be going to sleep anyways. I basically be in so much pain after sitting on my legs the whole time. What's next? Well, how about being jumped off a freaking bridge while tapped with a harness that's only attached to your leg? Not around your waist. The leg. And also like putting your hand up with the vase on top of your head. The last visual they show here is, ooh, she's going to basically jump through these 5 rings of fire. And then we see one of the escorts take off her glasses like this and just shine at something in the bushes. Emiko does notice this, and she gets shot. She dead? Nope. Bulletproof vest. Of course. So they explain, yeah, but actually was like the whole thing was actually just a coincidence. And the guy was somebody who basically Tatsu does know of him. They didn't remember before. He's a cosmic hitman. He's like, as soon as you know, he's like, who hired you? Pin a bullet to my heart, and I'll tell you. Yeah, it was the female escort. Yeah, the reason why she did this was so her family could assume the throne. Okay. They did meet the guy at the very end. Yeah, it's a very strange episode. And by the way, Emiko does not know about the fact that he said he was a lie, and this whole thing was just a pure coincidence. But really good episode. I enjoyed this one. In fact, now the only thing I didn't like about the episode is the bad special effect they show here for the doubles. But good episodes overall. Next up for Sentai, before I watch the last 3 episodes before my break, it'll be the Dekaranger versus Ranger movie. But next up is a Comic Corner. The one that was interrupted last night. And I'm going to do it right next. Okay? Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn notifications, and do not hit the dislike button. Okay? Let's see you. Bye.